Two local doctors with a history of sexual misconduct have surrendered their medical licenses. Team 10 investigator Austin Grabish looks into a state law that's supposed to crack down on doctors who cross the line with their patients. But Austin found there's a loophole, allowing a doctor who had sex with a patient to keep his license.
The fact that someone could do this, one of the highest egregious forms of behavior, and then at some point either not have their license revoked or at some point be able to get their license back, was something that was very disturbing. When you are in the healthcare industry and you are a provider, when you are a physician, there is so much trust and belief that is placed in you that we oftentimes have to act above par.
The trust between a doctor and patient is supposed to be sacred. This is how Senator Akilah Weber-Pearson, a practicing OB/GYN, puts it.
Breaking that trust is not only a significant impact to that patient and their family, but also to our profession.
She authored a law that went into effect in January 2023 that cracks down on doctors who've committed sexual misconduct. AB 1636 is supposed to prevent doctors from getting their revoked or surrendered licenses back if they've been disciplined for sexual misconduct, regardless of how long ago. The California Medical Association sponsored the law, which received bipartisan support. When it was introduced in Sacramento, the medical board president told the LA Times any doctor who breaches that trust through sexual misconduct or otherwise should not be able to continue practicing in California. After the bill became law, the president of the Medical Association thanked Governor Gavin Newsom for signing AB 1636 to ensure the Medical Board of California has the tools they need to protect patients and keep any physician who violates a patient's trust from practicing medicine.
The law seems to be sending a really strong message that sexual misconduct will not be tolerated.
Sexual misconduct will not be tolerated within our healthcare space.
But now Team 10 has learned there's a loophole in the law that's allowing a doctor who had sex with his patient to keep his license.
Dr. Austin Kuba, a gynecologist from Solana Beach, is on probation with the medical board for having sex with a patient who later became pregnant. His LinkedIn says he's working at a nonprofit clinic in Calexico. According to the medical board, the relationship started in 2013 at a conference, and the two would go on to have sex in his office. The patient later became a nurse at Kaiser in Santa Rosa, where Kuba worked. According to medical board records, Kuba drove her to Planned Parenthood and even wrote her a prescription for an abortion pill. The medical board revoked the OB/GYN's license in 2018, calling his relationship with his patient an egregious violation of the law. But in February 2023, just weeks after AB 1636 became law, the board reinstated Kuba's license with some conditions. So how is he still practicing despite this law? The medical board told Team 10 Kuba petitioned to get his license back before the bill took effect in 2023, saying in a statement, AB 1636 was not law at the time the hearing on his petition occurred. Therefore, it would not have been relevant for the administrative law judge to refer to that legislation in their decision. And in a loophole discovered by Team 10, it appears there is a discrepancy in the way the medical board interprets language in the law compared to what Senator Weber-Pearson intended. The board claims the law doesn't apply to license renewals. Weber-Pearson disagrees.
Once they try to come back up for renewal of their license, that will be flagged and they will not be able to get renewal of their medical license to continue to practice here in California.
We've learned Dr. Kuba isn't the only physician who's been on probation for sexual misconduct. Team 10 found two other doctors in San Diego County were able to keep practicing up until recently. The first is Dr. Ziad Gabra, a gynecologist who made headlines in the 90s. He lost his license after convictions for felony sexual assault, battery, and false imprisonment. The medical board says he had sex with one patient during a pelvic exam and crossed the line with others. In 2016, after taking responsibility and going to a 12-step sex addicts program, the board reinstated his license, allowing him to practice in San Diego. Earlier this year, Dr. Gabra surrendered his license. He told Team 10 he decided to retire. But Weber Pearson says he would not have been allowed to renew his license under AB 1636.
It sends a very clear message to providers here in San Diego. It sends a clear message to providers throughout California, but it also sends a very clear message to those providers throughout the country that we don't tolerate that here in California.
In a third case, Dr. Robert Pendleton surrendered his license in February. He didn't respond to a request from Team 10 asking why. The doctor who founded the Pendleton Eye Center committed acts of sexual abuse and misconduct with a patient in 2022, according to the medical board. The regulator says during an appointment, Pendleton pulled her very close and pressed his body against hers with full frontal contact. The patient could feel the doctor's erect penis on her abdomen and lower stomach as they were pressed tighter, according to discipline records. It was Pendleton's second run-in with the board. In 2011, he got a public reprimand for having a sexual relationship with a patient.
I am very disheartened that people within my profession, within this profession, would do such things to their patients.
And as for the loophole discovered by Team 10, Weber Pearson's office says they were not aware of the issue until we brought it to their attention. The senator's office is now asking the medical board if changes to the law are needed.
As a provider, you cannot take advantage of that vulnerability.
Dr. Kuba did not respond to our request for comment. Austin Grabish, Team 10.
Austin is a government watchdog. He also covers the California Medical Board, military investigations, and the border. Send him your stories by scanning the QR code on your screen or emailing him at austin.grabish@10news.com.